You can't bend the steel when the furnace is hot. I'm giving everything to the only life I've looking in the mirror, time is slipping by. Another day comes rising in the morning sky. I chase the shadows, running from the light, lost inside the endless night. Is built to last, so take a breath. keep on coming. Live for the moment. Don't look back. Feel the pain. Break the chain. Stand out in the pouring
where the trees used to grow, blocking the river and the waters flow. I see the people rushing through the maze, lost in the smoke of the endless day.
The garden is turning to stone.
dream, a dream.
Wake up.
She leaned in close with a scent like rain smoke. 1,000 promises in every word she spoke. One hello whispered like a secret in the dark. Looking for a mountain just to find a little spark. The blood is turning into liquid fire, walking on the edge of a jagged wire. She's the queen of the game and the high priest of desire. It's that black velvet hello, a dangerous rhythm that you can't let go. She's got the keys to the kingdom in her hand, but she ain't for sale I'm rolling down the track like a runaway train. Got a lightning bolt sparking inside my brain. Don't need no ticket, don't need no fare. I'm going straight to hell, and I don't care. Voltage is rising, it's getting too high. You can see the fire burning in my eyes. truth is the only inside my mouth. I'm standing in the citadel of echoes today, watching all the lesser spirits wither away. The hammer is heavy, but the iron is mine, a master of the rhythm and a grand design. Splitting the seconds with a blade of white heat, tearing the stable world right off his feet. A radioactive pulse in the center of the chest, putting the logic of the man to the final test. The Geiger counter screaming in the back of my head. The shadow is hungry and the light is turning red. I'm walking on a wire where the heavy spirits tread. A heavy element that I can't let go.
can't let go. Waiting for the core to finally explode. Yeah. One touch and we reach the critical mass. Watching all our promises turn into is a masterpiece of pain. I'm running from the silence and I'm running from the rain. I painted every window and I've locked every view. I'm moving at a speed that's got nothing to do with you. Keep the control. You can't catch a man who's got nothing left to lose. Burning up the rhythm of the high-speed blues. High-speed blues. glass sky. The math is never level, and the logic is a lie. And I need rhythm in a four-beat world, watching how the architecture finally unfolds. The symmetry is bleeding and the constant is gone, measuring the distance from the dust to the dawn. The variable is heavy and the pressure is on. The calculus of a heartbeat is a jagged edge line, architecture of a ghost in a grand design. Nothing is stable when the system is offbeat, walking on the shadows of a digital street. The half-life of a promise is a second or two. Searching for the logic in the things I didn't do. I built a heavy fortress out of numbers and pain, searching for the silver in the center of the divide the lights, subtract the sound. The math is the only thing that's high ground. The calculus of a heartbeat is a jagged edge line, architecture of a ghost in a grand design. Nothing is stable when the system is offbeat, walking on the shadows of a digital street.
got my sixth string, aiming for the sky. Woman left me crying, took the Cadillac, but this blues man ain't never looking back. They say trouble is a friend of mine, but I'll leave that trouble way down the line. And the blood. The humidity is rising like a fever in the vein. Looking for the sunshine in the middle of the rain. The shadow is the only thing that's ever gonna remain. You can't bury the truth where the bottom is so deep. The promise of a ghost still the only one I keep. The mud don't forget and the river doesn't lie. Looking for the answer in a charcoal sky. The architecture of the bayou is a jagged green design, crossing over every single microscopic line. I painted the silence with the rot and the rust, building up a kingdom from the wreckage and the dust. a charcoal sky. Black above my head. I said the sky's turning black above my head. I got trouble coming, hanging by a thread. The river's rising, water's at my door. Yeah, the river's rising, knocking at my door. Down no more. They say a man is measured by the weight he bears. They say a man is measured by the weight he bears. Well, look at me now. Do you think I can? Down no more. Thunder rolling, shaking the ground, lightning striking all around. I'm like an old oak tree. You can't move me. No, you can't move on. Yeah, the sun is coming up, the storm has passed. I knew that trouble wasn't built to last, 'cause I'm standing in the flood. Yeah, I got Texas in my blood. Let it rain, let it pour. I ain't backing down no more. of the monolith is a mile long. Searching for the logic in a broken song. I've carved the citadel in the center of the deep. The only kind of secrets that a man should keep. Is obsidian and the moon is ablaze, counting every day that the silence is paid. I'm the only architect that the desert has made, built on a foundation that will never decay. All the lesser men wither away. The hammer is heavy and the iron is red, following the light where the giants have tread. The architecture of a ghost is a grand design, crossing every single microscopic line. I painted the silence with the dust and the bone, the king of a kingdom that I ruled all alone. No south. The truth is a fire inside, built on a foundation that will never decay. Watching all the lesser men wither away. The hammer is heavy and the iron is red, following the light where the giants have tread. Oh, 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 oh.
on a foundation that will never decay. Watching all the lesser men wither away. The hammer is heavy and the iron is red. Following the light where the giants have tread.